The days of a man getting down on one knee and asking for your hand in marriage should soon be over. Yes, the modern woman prefers a quiet proposal, apparently, a more pragmatic proposal where lovers simply have a quick chat or a discussion about getting married and then they shop for a ring together, if at all. Now, does this just take all of the romance and excitement away, Odie? Please agree with me. I think it does.
Okay, look, I would love the Christine experience, but unfortunately, I got a little bit of a chat. Hey, let's do this. So I was actually asleep in Germany on his birthday. I thought we were done with the celebrations, and then he said, wake up. And I was like, what? And he said, look over there, there's the ring. Do you want to do it? I was like, cool. 2 months later, we went to Denmark. We eloped, no friends, no family, just his brother. And 13 years later, we're still together.
Well, there you go.
That's how quick it was. Although, I have to be honest, my mom forced us 4 years later to have a wedding in South Africa. And I said, I will be there. You have to plan everything. So we had a great wedding.
But did you drop hints or anything about how you'd like to get engaged or whatever?
I don't think it was hinty. I literally said, OK, I went through my Instagram. I said, this is the ring I want. This is the dress. I found this place. Yeah, they do it over the weekend.
Did you want fireworks and big occasion?
I would have loved that. I would have loved, like, the big...
And did he say why he didn't do it like that?
Because it's just not him.
Just not him.
It's just not him. He's very chilled. He's very relaxed. He's very laid back. He's just... Not him. But I will get the Molly May experience. I bet you. 20 years. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I'm really surprised by that because from what I see on Instagram and things like that, there's always, what are they called that split up and then got back together again? Tommy...
Yeah, Molly May.
Fury and Molly May. That whole thing, you know, with the balloons and the this and her looking amazing. I thought that was the modern way. So, you know, being woken up when you were a bit like... your engagement photos are not going to look great, are they, when you were a bit like... Whoa. I thought it was completely the other way. It was much more sort of
Big
of a production.
I think
sometimes it is. When you look at it on social media, it is. It's always balloons and whatever. But, I mean, when Keira and Max got engaged, I thought it was lovely. Max asked me and Keira's dad, they were going travelling, and he asked us before they left, which was lovely. And I said, oh, when are you going to do it? And he said, I don't know. I'll know the right time when we're over there. And they went, and about 3 months, every time she FaceTimed me, I'm going, hi! She's going, yeah, no, I got food poisoning today. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'm trying to text him without her knowing, go, will you hurry up and do it? Anyway, he did it on a lovely lantern, a boat with the lanterns on and all that. And it was lovely, and the ring cost £6.
Good for him. Because it's not actually about that part of it, though.
That ring means more to her than anything else.
Yeah,
And that's where you go, oh, now it's real. It's not about, you know, looking good on social media or showing it off or all that. And, yeah, I thought that was lovely.
Moment is a lovely thing, I think. I loved it. There was no fireworks. It was not, that wasn't like us either, but it was thought through. He had sorted the ring. What I really loved is he'd spoken to my mum and dad.
Yeah, I think that's lovely when they ask the parents permission.
I know it sounds ridiculously old-fashioned and I know it won't mean anything to a lot of people, but it did to me. So then when I phoned them, they went, we know! We just didn't know what day it was happening, a bit like you.
It's nice.
And it was just lovely. So all of that meant a lot to me, I have to say. But there was no fireworks. I didn't need anything fancy, but I loved the thought of the moment. That meant it to me. Anyway, apparently it's not cool to say that anymore, folks, but it worked for me. So you've proposed, you've got married even, but one thing you're also not doing is moving in with each other. That's not happening anymore. So-called LAT couples are on the rise amongst young people. That is couples who live apart together.
Everybody's like, yay!
You're on board with that. In fact, 10% of British couples no longer live in the same house.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going, yeah?
I'm like, yeah. No, I mean, we had a similar situation because we used to live in Germany together, but then I had to move to the UK for Strictly. So for 5 years before lockdown, we were living separately. And, I mean, it was a time where I could do what I want. I didn't have to explain to anyone. I didn't have to clean after anyone. I didn't have to remind someone, please take the bins out. Can you cut the grass? Because it looks like Jumanji in the house right now. It was just easier. But now, because I know he's watching, I absolutely love living with you. It's just great. And we've been doing it since lockdown. And he
Really?
stayed, yeah. He's still around. Yeah. I still remind him to
Oh,
cut
I
the
don't
grass.
know. I think if you're married or engaged or you're in an actual full-time committed relationship, then I don't get it why you wouldn't live together. But now that I'm single, there ain't no man getting back in that house. I'm with Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, well, Whoopi
Goldberg.
yeah.
She said there's not going to be. I don't want somebody in my house. I mean, I would like. I mean, we don't look alike, but yeah, there's me and Whoopi. But I would like. You know, if I had a, I'm not saying I wouldn't like a relationship again, but I think, you know, I've had a lot, and I think this time it would be nice to see them like twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do off your pot.
Keep them out. Yeah.
I love that.
I meant put the kettle on, you dirty lot. I didn't mean do what you need to do.
Keep the
Goodness
magic
me.
alive. I think when you get older and you've already done the marriage and babies
Yeah,
and whatever,
twice.
I totally get that. In fact, separate countries even, maybe.
Yeah.
Might be quite nice.
That's true, yeah.
But when I was younger, I'm not sure. I think if you're going to have children and build a life with somebody, it's very difficult to do that when you're in...
Separate.
I don't think you
definitely. I
ever
don't like
truly
it.
know somebody until you live with them.
I agree with that.
So, yeah.
Yours is kind of like that, though, aren't you? Because
Well, yeah, no, Frank is certainly... Well, he's always been sort of away. I mean, even when he played, albeit he was at Chelsea, but he was definitely away, say, 2-3 nights of the week. That would have been, like, the norm. And then, and obviously, since management, he's been up at Derby, up Liverpool way, and now at Coventry. So he's not in the house all of the time, but... That's because of a work reason. It's
Yeah.
not because of, you know, a choice that you
no,
live there, I
if he'd
live
have
there.
proposed to you or got married and said, yeah, but I don't want us to live together.
Well, you'd be
you
like,
would have
well,
gone,
I'm not
no,
getting
not
married
getting
then,
married
you weirdo.
Yeah.
No, it's just like,
Exactly.
that's not what I want. But that would be my worry, that one person might feel more strongly about it than the other. And you
Do
might
you
be...
worry that he's like 2 nights a week up north?
It's OK.
But yeah.
The restraining order's holding out currently, so we're fine. I know you're there to look after him always, always.